Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm a brief series of videos I do for Lana. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, yeah, there we go. I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I am sadly more hesitant about this one than I was maybe half an hour ago. But it is what it is. We'll see how things go. But anyway, it's a super simple format, folks. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm inside the truck, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Excuse me. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom, it's my Scold shirt. I've worn this one a number of times now. Scold, if you're not familiar, is the performance name Mr. Tim Scold, who is a musician from Sweden originally, I think, something like that, somewhere in like the Nordic states. He's been kicking around for quite a while now, at least since the 90s. He's worked with a whole bunch of people, you know, just like the guy, he's like a consummate professional at what he does. You know, he's always working, always doing something. He's got like a shit ton of albums out. You know, like I said, he collaborates with a lot of people and stuff. He's been on soundtracks. I love the guy's work. I got the opportunity a few months back to go over there and see him perform live, and it was a fantastic show. I loved it. It was just absolutely fantastic. If you happen to be interested, just saying, probably not, but you know, I actually have a couple videos from his performance that I went over there and took at the time. They are on my channel as well. I have an entire playlist of just concert videos that I've been to over the years. So, if you like food reviews and interesting music, this is the place to be. But anyway, what am I trying for you folks? Why am I hesitant about it? Well, folks, I already mentioned it, but, well, I mentioned it in the previous review. We're reviewing something from, boom, Mr. Grill Express. And I just got through reviewing a gyro, from Mr. Grill Express. That was my previous review. Go watch that review. And, yes, I'm not as excited for this next item as I was before I went over there and reviewed the gyro. Because, yeah, I mean, go watch the whole review if you want, like, my full take. But I was less than impressed. But this time around, we are going to try out a chili chicken Paratha roll or something like that. I'm not 100% on how to pronounce it. I don't even know what it is. But it looks like that, so it looks like it's kind of like a wrap or something like that. And so let's give it a go. Hopefully it'll be good. With the gyro, I at least had something to work off of, because like I've had plenty of gyros. I don't even know what the fuck this is, so I don't know if this is going to be good or bad or what have you. Okay, it looks kind of like a burrito. Let's see if we can't find some way to make this work. It's not well held together. It looks, I don't want it to spill everywhere, but I need a good picture. No, it looks like this. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha, sure. Let's give it a shot, see how it is. Hopefully it's wonderful. That wasn't a bad sign, by the way. I just got hit with a lot of flavor and it went back to the back of my throat. It has like a sort of peppery taste to some of it. A little bit of a tanginess. Okay. Alright, I mean, it's not bad. It reminds me of like a chicken kebab sandwich. I reviewed one from a place called Jerusalem Cafe. At the time I'm doing this, the review isn't up yet, but it'll probably be up before this one, so go watch that review if it's available. Yeah. It's like a grilled chicken. Definitely done up in sort of kebab kind of style. It's tasty enough. It's tender. It seems to be cooked well. The veg is nice. Got some onion, got some tomato, and some lettuce. Basic stuff, but, it helps liven it up a little bit. The sauce is definitely, like, the biggest thing, I think, in terms of, like, the flavor. And it's, like, yeah, it's, It's got good flavor. And it's got a little bit of heat to it. Not much, but enough that, like I said, kind of gets to the back of your throat. I mean, this isn't bad. I know I came into this a little bit pessimistic, but for what it is, it's not bad at all. I definitely think this is way better than their fucking attempt at a gyro. I mean, chicken's cooked properly. It's flavorful, it's tasty. A little bit of a zestiness to it. I like it. I mean, you know what? Okay. Occasionally you get a really nice hit of grilled chicken. It's one of those things where, like, not all pieces are completely equal. Sometimes you get one that really was on the grill, nice, and you get that extra grilled taste. You know what? It's okay. It's good. Genuinely, it's good. I wish it had been constructed a little bit better. I feel like that aspect of things could have been handled a little bit stronger, because I've certainly, been to places where they wrap that stuff in there tight. This, I really basically had to kind of keep the thing together manually, because there was no way if I tried to just kind of go in on it, it would have fallen apart. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, even though it's something I've never had before, in name, I mean, it's kind of like a chicken kebab wrap. That's honestly kind of what I'm going to take it as. The seasonings seem to be pretty similar, the way it's cooked. It's basically just, like, when I had it from Jerusalem Cafe, they put it inside of a pita. It had a few different things, but fundamentally very similar. Conversely, with this one, obviously, it's more kind of, I don't know exactly what you'd consider maybe it's a pita too, sure, but it's not like the fluffier kind. It's good. When my biggest point of contention with it is its structural integrity, that's not too bad. And I would even go, I'm not going to say that this redeems the gyro, because the gyro really was pretty sad. But this is pretty good. Like, I feel like this is one of those things where it seems like maybe they're kind of more geared towards certain things, because they have, like, a variety of stuff, and it, like, ranges everything from, like, gyros to burgers, to pita stuff, and, like, things like that. And it's like, kind of feel like maybe they're just trying to do a bit too much, and maybe they should just kind of focus on, like, a regional dish or something. But you know what? I can't. I'm going to go with it on this one. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go with it on this one. It's tasty. I like the, the zestiness. I like the little bit that heat that I get. I like the way that the chicken was prepared. It's pretty damn good. Now, all that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and tentative yes. The thing is that, like I said, while I may not have had it in this name, I've had similar things from, kind of Middle Eastern locations and stuff. And this isn't a bad version of it, but I've definitely had better. But it's good. Fundamentally, it's good for what it is. It's, so I'm not going to not recommend it for what it is, but are there better versions of it available? Yeah. And this one, while good, I wouldn't consider it a standout. So, for myself, if I was going to go back to Mr. Grill Express at some point in the future, I might grab it off their menu. Because so far, it's been the only thing I've had that I really properly enjoyed. And yeah, recommending it is, it really is one of those things where it's like, I wouldn't go out of my way for it, but, if you decide you're going to stop in or something like that, personally, right now, it's my favorite menu item of theirs, for what that's worth. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spend this rest here, folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly, surprisingly tasty-tastic rest of your life, because this was good. It's good. I'm going to enjoy it. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. What you're going to do, folks, you're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. I did the previous review with the Euro, and, I try, especially when you got, smaller locations and stuff. If it's a chain location, who gives 2 shits and a fuck, But, if it's, a smaller kind of deal, I always try to be very positive, and I try to, highlight the good as much as possible. And in this case, they did good, But in the previous case, I had to be a little bit of an asshole, because it was like, well, I got to be honest. But when we run into situations in our life that are stressful, frustrating, etc., take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, maybe you're going to get yourself, maybe you're going to try out a new spot, right? Doesn't have to be Mr. Grill Express, but you're going to try out a new spot. And, you know what, maybe you're going to go in, you're going to give it a go, and maybe it's not going to be the best right off the bat. Here's what I would implore you to do. Give it a little time, a few weeks, maybe a month or 2. Give it another shot. You say, Brandon, why would I do that if I didn't? Well, because, folks, everybody's allowed to have a bad day. That's how I look at it. And I've had people tell me, Brandon, you're just... It's like, look, I've had places that I absolutely love their food that they had an off day, and it fucking threw me. And it was like, what the fuck, man? But I know that that's not them well represented, because I've been there multiple times. Give them another shot. And I'm not saying you got to give them infinite shots. Typically, I give you 2. If you fuck up the first time, I'll be back around again. You fuck up the second time, you out. I ain't dealing with it again. But, like I said, it's just far too often I feel people just immediately smash something. It's like, well, give it a go. Or conversely, don't. If you don't want to, you don't have to. If you get really shitty service or you really think that the food is just that bad or whatever, then hey, fuck it, You're under no obligation. I always try my best to go over there and support, local spots and everything, because, I want them to do well. But at the end of the day, if they're not that great, well, it is what it is. Anyway, bye.